Alright, Chad, so what's the hardest part about making frosted minifears?
Everything. This is what happens when we have too much stuff to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Spruner, filmmaker and graphic designer. I'm going to take you on a detailed look behind the scenes at the making of Frosted Minifears. I'm going to show you every aspect of production from concept to finish upload so you can see how we make an episode happen. Now every story, good or bad, always starts with an idea.
Gentlemen, welcome to the conference call of the collaborating artists. How's everyone doing today?
I look at the cells here. You wasted it.
Ah! So gentlemen, as we are all no doubt aware by now, has returned and has messaged us.
Everybody knows, Phil. You don't need to do a previously on our live. Okay, Jesus.
I just want to make sure we're all caught up, unless in case we missed an episode or something. So as I had mentioned with Chad earlier, if we do collaborate with, it's kind of a big deal. So one of the things I was mentioning to Chad is rather than just like we write something and have her read it, we should really make it a collaboration, you know, because I'm not knocking what you guys are trying to do with Ryan Murphy, but I'm just saying, like, for me, that's not a true collaboration, because like when rappers collaborate, it's never like I'm gonna rap over, you know, Lil Wayne's beat. It's more like I get a verse, you get a verse, bam, in Paris, you know, and that's what we should really be doing here.
Is that really a title?
Yeah, that's really a title.
Oh my God.
I think it's Kanye and Jay-Z, but I could be wrong. I don't really listen to hip-hop.
Doesn't even matter.
The hunter looked up. There he found his buck, but it was wrapped in a cocoon of silk and was securely tied to several branches.
Dun, dun, dun. See, I really like the idea of the hunter chasing something and then something going crazy.
Always a bigger fish.
So here's how I envisioned it in my head as I'm reading this. A guy in a hunter thing looking up, and like the camera's up high looking down at him as he looks up into the tree, and we see what he sees, and then we cut back to him, and behind him, out of focus, you can see a giant silhouette of a spider lowering down behind him.
So basically we're gonna steal the last couple of minutes of that one scene from f***ing Lord of the Rings.
Okay, we're not doing that. And here's why. In creepypasta, things are sometimes left better unknown. And that's the same for H.P. Lovecraft and a lot of horror writers.
Sometimes, all the time. For all
Not
of that.
all the
Not
time.
all the time.
Stephen King is very about showing you what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't show the spider, but I say it's obviously a spider.
Well, the silk will give it away.
Yeah.
Cocoon silk? What are they gonna think it is, a f***ing a silkworm?
It's a silkworm. Giant silkworm did it.
If anyone asks us at our Q&A what it was at the end of this pasta, we should stick to the silkworm.
I will scream silkworm so
It was a
loud.
silkworm. A giant mutated silkworm. It was the Gamera of sick worms.
Once we have the direction of the season planned out, it's time to start fleshing out our ideas. When I was writing Crisis Averted, a story about a jaded suicide prevention specialist, Chad actually got me an interview with a former crisis counselor.
Well, Robert, as I recall, you were on a suicide hotline, correct?
It was a crisis hotline. You know, it involved people who were suicidal, but it also involved other type of people who were just depressed or were going through a hard time.
Okay. Let me give you the basis of what we were trying to do here. Phil came to me with the idea of like writing about like what was it, Phil?
Okay, so yeah, basically there's more suicides on the Golden Gate Bridge than anywhere else in the world. They even made a documentary about it called The Bridge.
Yeah.
And there's so many suicides on the Golden Gate Bridge that they actually have like an emergency suicide crisis council phone. Like there's a hotline on the bridge that you can call and it leads you right to a crisis counselor. So it got me thinking, you know, what it must be like to be that guy on the other end of the phone where your job is just the phone rings, you know the person on the other end is probably going to kill themselves, and your job is to try to talk them out of it. Because we all have bad days at work, and we all suck at our jobs when we start. And that's one job you really can't, you have to hit the ground running with that job.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a dick, but was there any pay?
No, it was volunteer. There wasn't pay. There was they gave opportunity like internships for people who did really good, and that's what they told me when I asked.
Would you guys ever have? Well, I guess this isn't the regular customers isn't the right term, but would you guys ever have like repeat callers, like people who would call on a regular basis?
Yeah. In fact, the large majority of the calls were from people who were regulars.
Really?
You know, the less of the calls were from newcomers and so on.
Has anyone actually done the deed when you were on the phone, or did you always talk them all down?
No, nobody. I mean, yes.
Okay.
No, I mean, I got this one call that was really severe. It was this one guy who was probably one of the worst persons there, who he just called crying, and he was really, really bad. He was just saying how he can't take it anymore and he's going to commit suicide. He was probably among the worst that I got. He didn't commit suicide at the moment there. So yeah. No, he was just really bad. Like, I wasn't able to calm him down or everything. I think he just hanged up on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
The writing process is incredibly important because not even great visuals can save a horrible story.
As soon as we have enough stories written, we begin production with an audio recording session. Our voice actors come in and record as many stories as possible while getting direction from the writers.
Videotaping this?
Behind the scenes!
Who would push, punch, crash into one another. Who would collide more often than not, both children would separate and roll down opposite sides of the hill. The next two kids would stride in the middle. The next two kids would stride in the middle of the hill and collide. In my youth, I would try to catch rattlesnakes, king cobras, maybe armadillos if I was lucky.
Say armadillos again? That sounded silly.
Armadillos?
Yeah, I didn't hear it right. That'd be cool.
It was shrouded somehow. I could see it clearly.
Sorry. I like how you were holding and then he released it. You're just like, I gotta do it.
Because I tried to hold it as long as I could, and I'm just like, wait for the pause. Wait for the pause.
Get out now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Get off the coughing train to clear Throatsville.
Everybody good?
I'm fine.
Coughing? No.
I'm good.
Board the train. Board the train.
That's why you got water. That's why you got water. From where? For what purpose?
What purpose is so fucking hot? And from where now needs to be just as hot. Ow. Yeah, laugh at the fucking pain, you savages. Jesus.
Yeah, since we're in such a tiny room, I'm not knocking your room, Randy, but since we're in such a tiny room, this is like the most intimate record session we've ever had.
Alright.
It works. Yeah, I mean, I can look into your eyes as you're reading. Alright, Sal, come on out. We got it.
Jesus Christ now.
That's the money. Come on out, man. Come on out.
You're the winner.
I expected you to. Oh, you did. I was expecting a flash, though, for more embarrassment.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Ignore the man behind the mirror. After the stories are recorded, it's time to start work on the visuals. We go through each story and plan out shots and sequences, figure out what props we might need, and then we start scheduling shooting days. Typically, we like to shoot multiple stories simultaneously and back to back to make the most of our time. We're heading to the Infinite Forest.
Yeah.
We film here a lot.
Only all the time. Every time there's a forest thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's my first time here. I've never been here.
You've never been to Point Pinole? No. We shot like half of season 1 here.
Yep.
Hold on before you dump.
Oh my god. Just to blend it a smidge more. Cinematastic!
Yep.
More sparkly, Pat.
Jesus.
This probably looks really weird from Chad's end.
No, I'm with it. My hand hurts.
That's a thing.
Deal with it. Too many stars.
You don't know that.
I mean, we got tons of stuff in shot. So we're shooting a scene for MAS right now, and we're having a blast doing it.
Yeah.
Because we're really just tossing a army helmet in front of my camera here.
That's dangerous.
A little bit.
Hindsight, super dangerous.
Right.
Go ahead.
So we are finishing a pasta we started in season 1 called Imaginary Friend.
No. No me gusta amigo phantasm.
What he said. We're using my new GoPro and the derp strap to get some first person stuff. And Sal is controlling the GoPro with my Android tablet. So it's gonna be ridiculous, but hopefully awesome. Totally almost fell right there.
Wow.
So I got my GoPro mounted to the army helmet. We're gonna get some shots of it crashing. And Chad is just loving it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Why aren't you? Because you can only see the top of the helmet.
Wow, this is meta.
So this is how we're making this pasta happen. I have Randy's mirror all greened out, and we're gonna be using my GoPro over there. Yeah, behind the scenes, behind the scenes. But I'm gonna be using my GoPro there, my Android tablet, to be filming this first person pasta here. Look, we all hungry. Can I let the fans know how we're making this happen?
No.
Can I let the fans know how we're making this happen?
That's when the Blu-ray comes out.
We ain't got no Blu-ray. Shoot.
So I'll put this against my ear.
Okay.
Unless.
So, yeah, watch that. So, we're getting ready to do our shot here. We got our light set up, and we're getting ready to set up this shot here. The phone we bought at a thrift store, and we forgot to disinfect it before we gave it to Efren, and he started complaining about his ear hurting with almost like a herpes type of burning. Go ahead.
My phone? No. I'm not even doing that. Not for the behind the scenes.
Alright, so I'm right now editing my creepypasta Crisis Averted. One of the important things about this pasta is the telephone in the second half, which was just a prop. We bought it at a thrift store. It didn't have a power cord. It wasn't plugged in. It was just a hunk of plastic that sat there. So all the lights and sounds and ringing has to be added in post. So for the sound of the telephone ringing, don't judge me, I'm going to be using this. my Power Rangers in Space Astro Blaster, because it sounds like this. Whatever. Randy's asleep during all of this.
This doesn't look right. Think about it. The lights.
I think
Randy's like so wrong.
So wrong. So for this shot, I just need like a silhouette of Efren backlit, and it's really freaking bright in Randy's bathroom right now. Ugh.
It's like no, wait. I'm gonna just step out from the bright.
From the bright light.
It's like.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh my God. Man, this is the coldest beach I've ever been on, man.
Can I just light it now?
Yeah, go ahead and light the bonfire while Randy gets into his Tito Boy outfit. We got one chance at this, people. Come on, Duraflame Log, light!
People like soak this shit in water before we can.
We're still trying to get the fire started, and we're running out of sun.
On the Duraflame. Yeah, it's on the Duraflame.
Tito Boy. Fires burn down houses every single day. Why can't we get one to start? Tito Boy.
Careful, back up. Hit the Duraflame on. Hit the Duraflame.
We did it! Fire! Fire! Yes. All right. We did it! Just as the sun's going down, with minutes to spare. Fire! There we go. There we go.
Man, I want more alcohol.
Crazy. This little terror is scaring the out of me and teasing me. Oh my God! You awesome!
Once all of our assets are captured, it's time to start the editing process. I'll start in Adobe Premiere and begin by building the foundation of every episode, the story. I'll go through every take and cut out flubs, bloopers, and misreads until I have the best possible read.
Well, being you brought that cabin where the haunter done disappeared.
You bought that cabin that the hunter done disappeared. Haunter is a Pokemon. Typically next would be editing the video we shot to the pace of the story. For this example, The Sounds of Nature, we decided to try something different and do the visuals as motion graphics. For this, I actually did a proof of concept test to get Chad's feedback before moving forward, since any changes to typeface, color, or style would essentially mean starting over. Any visual effects needed get done in After Effects, while the main editing takes place in Premiere. Gotta love that dynamic link. And in case anyone is curious, yeah, I do also use Final Cut Pro X. At the end of the day, all this software is just a tool, and it's kind of silly to only know how to use one kind of tool. Now this next step is true for every video this season, the audio mix. I'll go into Audition and create my sound mix. For some recording sessions that were captured in less than ideal conditions, I'll use Adobe's noise reduction process to help eliminate any background hum or hiss and clean up the vocals. This track was actually recorded pretty cleanly, so I won't need to do that step here. I can simply focus on adding any sound effects that are relevant to the story. Footsteps, doors opening, crickets, room tone, anything that might help tell this story and immerse the viewer. When I'm done with the sound design, I'll go back to Premiere and finish up the vid. The last step before calling it a day is color grading. This is where I dial in the look and feel of the visuals in the episode. For this, I like to use Magic Bullet looks because of how easy and fast it is. Typically, I'm editing several videos at once, so making the most out of my time is crucial. In Magic Bullet, I can either start from scratch or choose a pre-made preset and build on it. So for this video, I'm going to find a preset that's closest to the final look I want. Then I'll start tweaking, adding, and subtracting effects until I get something that works to tie all the visual elements together. Once I'm done, I'll render out the episode and upload it to YouTube unlisted so our writers can see what I've come up with and give me notes and feedback. Then I'll take those notes, tweak the video, and make any necessary changes before uploading a new version. This goes back and forth until we end up with a video that everyone is satisfied with, and it goes in the queue for us to release later in the season. This process is on a constant overlapping loop. While I'm shooting visuals for some episodes, our writers are already writing new stories. And while I'm editing several videos, we're also preparing for our next recording session. Typically, we like to keep a bunch of videos done and ready to go. That way, if there's a delay in production for whatever reason, we still have episodes to release every week. And that's it. That is all the work that goes into making an episode of Frosted Minifears. As much as we enjoy it, you guys are the reasons we put in the work that we do and are constantly striving to better ourselves. So thank you for every like, share, comment, and subscription. Hopefully this video has given you some insight into how much work we put into Frosted Minifears, and hopefully it's given you some ideas for your own videos too. So if you like Frosted Minifears, go ahead and check out some of our other content, like Backyard Wrestling History, The Chad and Jerry Show, our collection of short films, and the upcoming web series #BlackSuits, all available at InanimateObjectProductions.com. Alright, so this is take 4. So go ahead and slate. And action.
Back to positions, you two stop. Stop over there talking. Why can't you be professional like Destiny?
You getting this?
I am getting it.
That is hilarious.
100 jewels on throats, 100 jewels between teeth. Now bring my boys in, their skin in craters like the moon. The moon we love like a brother, while he glows through the roof. Dancing around the lies we tell, dancing around big eyes. It's kind of your line.
I know that.
We live in cities you'll never see on screen. Not very pretty, but we sure know how to run things. Living in ruins of a palace within my dreams. And you know, we're on each other's team. We're on each other's team. And you know, we're on each other's team. We're on each other's team. And you know, we're on each other's team.
Now, ruin the shot.
Okay, I already got what I needed.